Hey besties, welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, no, I gotta try that again. Hey besties, welcome to my YouTube channel. My gosh, I need to get used to that. But hey y'all, it's your favorite homegirl, Kiana Rich, and welcome literally to my YouTube channel. But here at The Rich Life, we heal, we grow, we glow, we become the best versions of ourselves. And I'm super excited to go on this journey with you guys. This video, I wanted to do like my skincare, my makeup, try some new products, and have a little bit of a girl talk. So I've already kind of like slicked my hair back. To be honest, I'm not really gonna do much to it now because it's slicked. It's wherever it's gonna be. So I'm gonna go over like obviously the things that I use on my skin, because I'm gonna get my skin prepped. It is already washed, and I just go in. As of right now, what I'm using is the kale and green tea spinach vitamin seafood cleanser from Youth to the People. This is my holy grail. Honestly, this is what I've been using for years. If I could use any other product other than this, it would be the Fresh brand and their like cleanser. I was talking about it on Twitter, or I'm not even gonna really say that it's like a girl talk, but I wanted to talk about the month of October and like the last 90 days of the calendar year. On it, obviously, if you know me as your favorite homegirl, I am an intuitive healer, and so yeah. Honestly, I know that a lot of people have been like going crazy and telling everybody that the month of October is the last 3 months. You need to go crazy. And like, while I do think, yes, you should put the work in. You should always put the work in. The work should always be put in regards to you accomplishing your goals and you kind of like doing the things for yourself. Like, everyone wants to obviously better themselves. Everyone obviously wants to like be in the best position that they could possibly be in. Me, October is also screaming, slow down. Okay, I need some new sponges. So if you guys have any suggestions, let a girl know, okay? But yeah, I think that like a lot of us, a majority of the time, we get so like hyper fixated on things need to be like one way, things need to be a certain way, your life needs to be a certain way. You know, we try to follow the crowd in regards to what we need to have accomplished, but like we need to slow down. And I think that like one thing that we need to keep into consideration is like October is a great time for you to recalibrate, refocus, like refocus on the things that matter. Refocus on the things that you want to bring into your life. Sorry, y'all, I'm just trying to grab the other products, but like refocus on the things that you want to bring into your life. Refocus on who it is that you want to be. Refocus on like those things. Like honestly, October is asking, in my opinion, for us to slow down, for us to get real about what capacity we have. What capacity do we have in our lives? What capacity do we have to show up for not only ourselves, but also for other people? Like, what is the capacity that we truly have? And be honest with yourself about that. Like, I think that sometimes we try to like weigh the intensity, or we try to weigh like how much people truly do care about us based on how much they can show up. And while that is very valid, I also just kind of feel like sometimes like slow down. Like sometimes life is lifing everybody. Like life is literally lifing everyone. And yeah, like I just feel like we need to be okay with slowing down. We need to be okay with not always doing the absolute most. We need to be okay with that. And there's really Nothing wrong with that. I also decided to take my lashes off. I don't think I'm going to be a lash girly anymore. Not that I don't appreciate a good lash set. Like, I am a hybrid strip lash girl to the core. But I do just kind of feel, what was like really sad for me, or not sad, but like what really like did it for me was when my lashes came off, I almost didn't like how I looked. Like, I didn't think that I was pretty without the lashes. And that's a major issue for me. Because I never want my process, or like my thought process on myself, to ever be in reflection to like outer stuff. Like, look at this face. And I genuinely didn't think that this face was pretty enough because I didn't have lashes on. So because of how it made me feel, yeah, I'm just not wearing them anymore. I was like, oh, like I'll just wear clusters, but I'm not even doing that. Like, it for me and lashes. Yeah, so I think that, like I was saying, the next 90 days, this is what I use now for my nighttime. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Are you gonna focus? Okay, well, this is what I usually use for my nighttime lotion. I'm not gonna put it on my face now because it doesn't make no sense. And I'm gonna try a new foundation. I'm gonna try the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydrolux foundation. This fucking excuse my language, this foundation was $80. $80. So it better go on my face like magic. It better go on my face like magic. For real. For real. Okay, so like now that my face is hydrated, I don't feel like using primer today. I really just kind of want like a simple bead, but like nothing, you know, nothing too crazy. But anyways, yeah, for the 90 days. So this is like kind of some tips that I can give for the elements, I would say, in the 90 days. So earth signs, for you guys, this is what I would say. It's probably the most important thing for you to do within these 90 days. You need to reevaluate the structure that you are setting in your life. Okay, you need to reevaluate what structure really looks like for you and what you really need in regards to structure. Okay, take some time, slow down, and really get to the nitty-gritty of what it is that you're looking for. Like, what is it that we want? I think that a lot of karmic cycles are coming to an end right now. And while that is amazing, and while the karmic cycles that are ending is exactly what you need to also be aware. And that's it. I don't think I'm going to put any more. It definitely gave like a really nice finish, or a really nice look. But yeah, you earth signs, you need to really just kind of focus on, this is a season for you to really focus on intentionality, routine, making sure that you're doing things with intention, making sure that you're doing things that matter. But I think that the only way that you're going to really be able to do that is by giving yourself the opportunity to slow down. You need to slow down. You need to slow down. You need to regroup. You need to really think about what it is that you're doing, and if what it is that you're doing aligns with what it is that you want to become overall. And I think that that's a really big topic of conversation for you right now. I think that a lot of earth signs are kind of in this space where it's like not do or die. I don't like that, but I don't like that term, but October is going to really highlight for you, like, okay, all the things that you thought were in your way before, they're not anymore. So what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do? They're not in your way anymore. They're not going to be impacting you. They're not going to be making you feel like you are less than. They're not going to be making you feel like you don't know who you are. Those obstacles are not in the way for you anymore. So what are you going to do What are you willing to do that's going to put you in position for you to feel much more confident in yourself, much more confident, again, in what you bring to the table, much more confident in knowing who you are. So for earth signs, that is honestly what your October is looking like. Stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that you've been afraid to do for a long period of time, and just like really getting to the point where you're not necessarily caring anymore. You're kind of just doing it anyways because you know that the work has to be done, and there's only one you. No one else can do what it is that you can do. And so knowing that, you need to be willing to step out of your comfort zone, because the truth of the matter is, earth signs, that you have been in your way. You have been the person in your way. Like, you have legitimately, there's nothing else for me to really, like, there's no other way for me to emphasize it. Earth signs, you have been in your way, okay? You have been the person that has been blocking opportunities. You have doubted yourself an extreme amount of times. You have doubted yourself. You have doubted that you're worthy. You've had this like warped idea of your reality. And I'm not mad at you for having the warped idea of your reality, because to be honest, people have really been trying you. So it's not like you really had much of a choice. People have naturally, genuinely have been trying you. They naturally, genuinely have been making you feel like you are less than. And because of that, I feel like that's the position that you're in right now, where you're kind of just like, well, now I'm trying to figure myself out. Now I'm trying to figure out who I am, and like, I gotta just do it scared. So earth signs, you kind of have to get out of your own way. You've been in your own way for quite some time, and while before it was like acceptable for you to be in your own way and other people wouldn't have too much to say about it, they're gonna have something to say about it now. So you really need to get out of your own way, in the sense of, like, stop being afraid to take risks, stop being afraid to take chances, stop being afraid to just do whatever it is that you feel like is necessary for you. You have to just do it. And again, like I said, sometimes things can be really scary. And sometimes things can really throw you off your pivot, and I think that's what makes you so uncomfortable, is that things are throwing you as of lately off your pivot. But again, the reality of it is that there's nothing that is happening that you can't maneuver. Like, nothing that's happening to you right now is something that I can be like, oh yeah, like, I'm worried you're not going to be able to maneuver, or yeah, like, you know, this might not necessarily be the right thing for you. I think that you're more than capable. I think it's just that you have to believe that you're more than capable, and you have to be willing to do the work. You can't keep crying about your life being one way and then doing nothing to change your life. So that's really my kind of like thought process when it comes to that's really my thought process when it comes to you, earth signs, especially for this month, is like, you have to be willing to get out of your own way. And getting out of your own way is going to kind of look like doing all the things that you know you're afraid of doing, but you kind of have to do it anyways in order to have the result that you're looking for. So that's kind of how I feel. Again, like I said, for you, earth signs, in the month of October. In regards to your finances, I feel like there's going to be a lot of financial change. You might find that you're in a situation where you come into a little bit more money. You're feeling a little bit more confident. Again, this is going to be the reward for you believing in yourself. And this is going to be the reward for you doing the work and being okay with doing the work. So yeah, super excited to see if my earth sign babes really do the work, and really do what they're genuinely called to do this month. Okay, so next, I want to talk to water signs. Water signs, come to the front. Right now. Come to the front right now. Right now. Come to the front, water signs. So, water signs, I'm really sick of you. I'm sorry. I'm really sick of you. I love y'all, but y'all getting on my nerves. And you're actually getting on the last nerve that I have. I have had it up to here with y'all, okay? Because the thing is, water signs, you are able to make nothing out of something. And you're able to make nothing out of something simply just by shifting your mindset and allowing your mind to really pivot into that next space. Like, allowing your mind to really pivot into a new kind of mindset. Allowing yourself to pivot into a little bit more confidence. I do think that you have the ability to create the life that you desire, but not only the life that you desire, but the community that deep down you know you deserve, but you're so afraid to really claim it because it's going to require you to not only step out of your comfort zone, but it's going to require you to be a little bit more intentional with where your energy is put in, okay? And the thing that's like so crazy with, that was this, by the way. The thing that's like so crazy, or I find so crazy with my water signs, is that you guys, like I said, have the ability to manipulate certain situations to be beneficial to you. You have the ability to be able to take something and literally make multiple things out of it. But if you don't, one, start embracing your vulnerability, and two, start verbalizing the things that you need, it's going to be an ongoing battle for you consistently. You need to be able to let people know when certain things are not working for you. You need to be able to delegate, and delegate in a like a respectful manner. Like, I'm not telling you to be rude, I'm not telling you to be spicy, but I am telling you to be able or be willing to delegate in a way that works for you. You know, if you have this amazing creative idea and you want to get it done, you might have to delegate where you are, you know, bringing in your friends, bringing in people that you maybe don't even really know for real, and just kind of like asking them to help you with your plan, like asking them to assist you with whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Like, it's not that big of a deal, and I feel like you're making it much more drastic than it needs to be. You're able to use your words, you're able to make things flow, you're able to surround yourself with people who want to work with you, who want to help you. And I think that the problem is that you're so uncomfortable with like having to be in a space of need, or having to be in a space of really like expressing that you need something from someone, or that you need their help, that you would rather like move at an extremely slow pace when you don't need to, babes. You really don't need to. So the month of October, I kind of more so want to challenge you, water signs, to step out of your comfort zone. And step out of your comfort zone in a sense of allow yourself to ask for help if you need it. Allow yourself to curate a community where you're able, I feel like you kind of already have, but really give yourself the opportunity to curate a community with people that you don't have to be like afraid. You don't have to be afraid to like verbalize or vocalize when you need help. Verbalize or vocalize when you need a second. Like whatever it is, I want that to be your goal for the month of October. I want your goal for the month of October to be allowing yourself to be more comfortable with expressing when you need help. And expressing when you need something. Expressing when you need people to show up for you maybe a little bit more than they are right now. But it doesn't mean that you don't appreciate how they already have been showing up for you. Like, really get into that season. And I think that you will find that things start to feel a lot more clear to you. Things start to feel a lot less forceful. Things start to feel a lot more easygoing for you, water signs. So yeah, this month, just like really get into the habit of like stepping out of your comfort zone. Really kind of inviting people into your world. Really kind of like letting it be known when you need something. Letting it be known when something doesn't really gel with you. When something ain't really vibing with you. Just let it be known. I don't believe that you will have a problem with garnishing community the way that you want. You're just not, because you're not showing up as your authentic self. So I think that's number one. I think that is key. And then I also think air signs, we're coming for you guys immediately. Air signs, I think that a lot of the struggle that you guys are having, my poor babies, is your people-pleasing behavior is now becoming detrimental. Okay? Your people-pleasing behavior is now becoming detrimental. It's not only becoming detrimental to you, well, to other people, but it's mostly becoming detrimental to you. You're putting yourself in the situation where you're not able to stand up for yourself because you feel some type of obligation to everyone else. And this is not going to help you in the long run. This is not going to be a benefit to you. So this month can either go one of two ways for you, air signs. This month can either be where you really step out of your comfort zone. You really start to realize that in order for you to have the progress, or in order for you to have a life that you truly desire, you're going to need to speak up for yourself. And whatever speaking up for yourself looks like, you're going to have to do. You're just going to have to be a part of. Or you're going to realize that this month you're feeling so overwhelmed that the only thing that you're really able to do is barely the bare necessities. Like barely be able to do the bare necessities. And I hate that for you because you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that at all. And so I really want you to take some time, air signs, and really just kind of allow yourself, again, like I said, the opportunity to really just like prioritize yourself. You're never going to be able to please everybody. Okay, like that is not realistic. And I think that you need to start reminding yourself that it's not realistic, and that will never happen. You will never please everyone. Everyone is not going to always be pleased by the things that you do. Everyone is not always going to think you are the best thing that's ever happened to them. Like, that's just not realistic. And I feel bad because I feel like you're in this space in your life right now where you're really weighing your worth, or you're weighing your worth based on how well you show up for other people. And that is like the worst thing that you could do. I think that your value doesn't lie in how you show up for other people. I think your value lies in how well you show up for yourself. Oh my God, did I just ruin my makeup? Possibly. I think your value lies in how well you show up for yourself. And I don't think that you'll ever really be in a position of feeling comfortable showing up for yourself, or comfortable of like the value that you bring, until you just start valuing yourself. Like, I'm being real. Like, this needs to be where you just really start to value yourself, and then everything else will fall into place. Like, everyone else will start to realize, oh shit, she's valuing herself more. They're valuing themselves more. They're not allowing me to bully them. They're not allowing me to step all over them. Some people might not be okay with it at all. Some people might start calling you fake. They might start calling you this, that, and the third. But at least you know that you stood up for yourself, okay? Another thing that's going to be really impactful for air signs in the month of October is going to be your fitness. So your health. Really just, again, once you get into that position of you prioritizing yourself, it'll be really easy for you to start feeling comfortable with, you know, taking care of your overall physical health, taking care of your overall well-being, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. I think that sometimes you are willing to do the work. One second. I feel like sometimes, air signs, you are willing to do the work. But then I feel like other times you find more comfort or solace in excuses. Right? Like, it's easy to say that you're not showing up efficiently, or it's easy to say that you're not showing up correctly because someone has made it that way. It's easy to say that you can't get in the gym because you're so tired, or, you know, you haven't been able to do a lot for yourself. So I'm just saying that maybe this month, air signs, focus less on being so important to everyone else and more on being extremely important to yourself. Just try. Just try. What's the worst that can happen? I'm going to tell you, because I think that what's the factual worst that can happen and what's the worst that can happen that you think in your mind are two different things. I think the worst thing that can happen is that someone who was benefiting from you having a lack of boundaries, that was benefiting from you having a lack of really wanting to show up for yourself, they might be in their feelings about it. I think that someone who was benefiting from you not really knowing yourself and understanding yourself and valuing yourself is going to feel some type of way about you now coming in and prioritizing your feelings, prioritizing your desires, your wants, your needs. Prioritization is going to make the wrong people feel uncomfortable with you, okay? And for the month of October for fire signs, I think that this month is going to be joy. Y'all need some joy, okay? People have been putting you guys through the ringer for months, okay? And while, I mean, like, it's all fun and games, I feel like the ringer that you've been put through is also causing your confidence to not be the same. It's also causing you to you know, not want to socialize, not really want to get to know people, not really care to get to know people. And I think a lot of that comes simply because, unfortunately, you have been in a predicament for the past few months where you're giving a lot to people and people are not giving the same back. You're showing up for people and people are not showing up for you back. And a lot of those things are making you really start to question if you are choosing the right people. They're really making you question your own worth. They're really making you question yourself. So this month, I really want to encourage the fire signs to allow themselves to have a little bit more joy and also really focus on chasing your passion, okay? Sometimes chasing your passion and having more joy also means stepping out of your comfort zone, being comfortable being out of your comfort zone, being comfortable with you doing things that you're not usually used to, but doing it anyways, doing it scared. And so I feel like that's going to happen a lot for fire signs this month. And I'm trying to preempt you that it's going to happen a lot this month, because I really want you guys to not get in the space of just completely giving up because it makes you uncomfortable. I want you to get into a space of, I'm going to keep chasing what I need inside, or I'm going to keep chasing what is allowing me to feel fueled, even if that puts me in a predicament where it's something that I'm doing different. It's something that I've never done before. It's something that I have to step out of my comfort zone for. So I really just want to emphasize that, because I feel like, again, this is the month for fire signs where you're healing a lot of that inner teen. So you're healing a lot of that rejection, a lot of that anger, a lot of that isolation, a lot of those friendship traumas, a lot of those romantic partnership traumas where you were in a space of always feeling like you were chasing the wrong partner, or always constantly having to deal with the wrong partner. I feel like that is going to be a really big theme for fire signs this month. I think that it is not going to be easy, but it can become easy once you start to decenter romantic relationships and you really start to center really pouring into yourself, really loving on yourself more, really loving yourself intentionally, and taking note of how you're showing up and loving yourself, so that it's easier for you to be able to be like, okay, I showed up to love myself in this capacity. If I'm going to romantically engage with anyone else, they're going to have to show up for me in even more than the capacity that I can already show up for myself in. The same thing goes for your friendships. I have been a friend to myself in this capacity, so I'm not even going to sweat you because you're not showing up for me in the way that I can show up for myself. And if you're not bringing something to the table, or if you're not adding value to my friendships, to my romantic life, to any aspect of my life, what is the point? What is the point? What is the purpose of us being here? So I feel like a lot of that is going to kind of be where you are kind of like navigating the new spaces that you're going to be navigating. But altogether, as I said, you guys, I want to thank you for doing my makeup with me. And then I also just want to remind you guys to, let's not forget that this month is about a slow burn. It's about taking some time. It's about being intentional with yourself. And it's about not being afraid to move slow. I'm your favorite homegirl, Kiana, and thanks for doing makeup and astrology talk with me. Bye.